You're not here to rank the films. You're here to remember how you rank them. You seeing what I'm seeing?
Yeah, I got eyes. But where is the tier list?
I haven't ranked them yet. What's up, guys, and welcome to the Christopher Nolan tier list. With Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey upon us, I thought it'd be a good idea to go through every single one of Christopher Nolan's films. And just like before with my other tier list is behind me. You know what I'm saying? And now I'm going to rank every single one of his films. Gonna go off of first watch, gonna go off of rewatchability, and how I think it'll be in the future for these said films, and all the other little nuanced things that come with a film, and we'll see how they hold up. And the ranks are as follows. For S tier, no, it's necessary.
It's not possible.
No, it's necessary.
For A tier, abracadabra. For B tier, what's happened, happened.
What's happened's happened.
For C tier, a dream within a dream.
Dream within a dream. Huh. I'm impressed.
And for D tier, I'm an agent of chaos.
And everything becomes chaos. I'm an agent of chaos.
And those are the rankings for my tier list. I will be going in chronological order. That's how I watch these films. Now let us begin with the first, the following.
That's when I started shadowing.
Shadowing.
Shadowing, following. I started to follow people.
To be honest with the following, I didn't know what to expect to get from Christopher Nolan's first film. Before going through all of them, I thought Memento was his first film, but I was sorely mistaken. With the shortest runtime out of all of Christopher Nolan's films, which is crazy to think with his last like 6 movies being 3 fucking hours, the following sits at a nice 69 minutes. And even with that short runtime, you could still feel the Christopher Nolan-isms. Story being told out of time. You get a scene that takes place later within the timeline of the story, and then you get a scene that takes earlier within the timeline of the story later in the film. I was pretty shocked that he decided to go with black and white. That's a bold choice on your first film, but I liked it. It added to the mystery of the film. And Nolan's taste in score is very much so here as well. Like his taste in score is incredible throughout all of his filmography, and I thought it was going to be different for his first film, but you can feel that in here as well. And just like 90% of his films, there was twists on twists on twists, dude. I think for his first film, he did a pretty good job at keeping me engaged with the story, even with the short runtime. It was easy to follow, even though scenes, you know, like all of his other movies, they're out of time within the timeline. There was a character named Cobb in here. I wonder if he knew he was going to use that character's name again within his films in Inception. There was a Batman symbol on the door somewhere. Did he know? Was he able to see the future? Is he a time traveler? I have no idea. Why is he so obsessed with time? I don't know. But nonetheless, I give this movie a B tier. What's happened, happened. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the movie, but compared to the rest of his filmography, that's where it lies for me. Next on the list, Memento.
Okay, so what am I doing? Oh, I'm chasing this guy. No, he's chasing me.
Now here is where Nolan just went, you know, off the deep end. He was like, let's tell a story forward and backwards at the same time. We had a young Guy Pearce, we had Joey Pants, we had Carrie-Anne Moss from The Matrix. This was a pretty sick cast, dude. Although on first watching forever ago, I remember liking this movie way more than I did on this second viewing. Even though the movie was interesting, it was intriguing with the way the story was told backwards and forwards. The twist coming at you again from Guy Pearce's character's perspective, not knowing who's telling the truth or not, with some characters seeming like good people when really they're pieces of shit. All of them just using Guy Pearce as a tool, a gun to aim at someone.
Natalie, right? Who the f is Dodd?
Guess I don't have to worry about him anymore.
What the f have you got me into?
Shh, come inside.
And I feel like the ending didn't have as much payoff as you wanted it to have, with this revenge tale that was all spun up throughout the entire film, for it to just be like, oh, we already did that, dude. It's over. So yeah, I kind of use you to get stuff. Sorry? I had an okay time with the film, and I didn't like it as much on the second viewing, I have to say, and especially compared to the rest of his filmography. I think I give this movie about a C tier. A dream within a dream. Next on the list, Insomnia.
Killing changes you. You know that. It's not guilt. I never meant to do it. It's like awareness. Life is so important. How could it be so fucking fragile?
Yet another crime thriller from Christopher Nolan. His first 3 films are that. Crime thrillers with time being involved in some way, with twists and turns all around. The cast, absolutely phenomenal. We got Al Pacino, Robin Williams, blowing my mind in this, playing such a dark, disturbing character. Nolan's take for time in this movie is Al Pacino's perception of time. He's in Alaska. The sun doesn't go down. He's kind of getting delirious dealing with this case. And am I sleeping? Am I not sleeping? What's going on? I have insomnia. It was much more tame than Memento, for sure. And I think a much more compelling story than the previous 2 films. Would I watch this movie again? I think I would. Al Pacino's performance and Robin Williams' performance alone, I think, really carried the fuck out of this movie. It was just so cool to see Robin Williams play such a dark character. It's cool to see any comedic actor or actress be in such a dark thing and do really well. And even with how dark the film was, it had somewhat of a redeeming ending for some characters in this movie. I liked it. It was good. I give Insomnia a B tier. What's happened happened. Again, within this filmography, I think it just sits right in the middle. It's a good movie. Next on the list, Batman Begins.
To conquer fear, you must become fear. You must bask in the fear of other men. And men fear most what they cannot see.
Going into this, I remember Batman Begins being a really fun film, really good film, but with The Dark Knight just dominating, I think, the series, I kind of forgot how good this movie actually was. And this movie is just incredible. It takes a somewhat more realistic take on Batman, which at the time you're like, yo, this is the realest Batman ever, but that's definitely now Matt Reeves, the Batman. I think that's the most realistic take, because Ninja Batman is kind of out there when you think about it. Seeing his true origin, really becoming the ninja, training with Ra's al Ghul, it was so badass, dude. The cast being absolutely bananas, with Morgan Freeman, Michael Caine as Alfred, Christian Bale Batman, and Liam Neeson, the man himself, as Ra's al Ghul. And in this film, much less than in the other 2 films, you really get the sense of Gotham. Same as how Tim Burton kind of portrayed Gotham. Those ridiculously tall buildings, like the architecture of the city felt kind of different than actual reality. And we get that a little bit in this film, and I feel like they lost that in the other 2 films. The Batsuit looked great. The score was absolutely incredible. Cillian Murphy as the Scarecrow was great. I wanted the Scarecrow to be a little more spooky, a little more comic book Scarecrow, but I understood why, right? The realistic take on it in some way. And it was much more so a Ra's al Ghul villain story than a Scarecrow villain story. Scarecrow just kind of felt like the tool of Ra's al Ghul to take over Gotham. And there's just so many quotable moments in this movie, dude. You know, like you just can't stop it.
I won't kill you. But I don't have to save you.
With all that being said, I give this movie an S tier. No, it's necessary. Next on the list, The Prestige.
Man's reach exceeds his imagination.
This movie was absolutely bonkers. Watching this movie again felt like I was watching a Christopher Nolan take on Death Note, just in these 2 characters trying to one-up and outsmart the other within their respective realm. Hugh Jackman and Christian Bale being rivals for some reason just felt so perfect. And I'm sure at the time, Christian Bale and Hugh Jackman as these dominating figures in the acting world, it just felt like such a such a huge moment. And I thought maybe on second viewing, even though I know how it ends, I know that, spoiler alert, that Christian Bale has a twin brother, and that's the big reveal, right? I thought maybe because I know that, I'm not gonna like this film as much on second viewing. But no, as I'm going through the film, I'm seeing all the little hints and Easter eggs, and it's getting me more excited about what's going to transpire eventually. It's like, whoa, dude, he was telling us, it was in our face the whole time. This is crazy. And then for some reason, having a legit historical figure within the story just makes it even more so, right? Like even more so epic. Having Nikola Tesla there, played by David Bowie randomly, was just fucking awesome. And just to see Nikola Tesla's rivalry with Thomas Edison being also displayed within this film. This man was sending thugs to go take him out. Like what the And to see like what Hugh Jackman was giving up, become this great magician. You know, that line he has where he's talking about he doesn't know if he's the man that's actually being cloned and duplicated and teleported somewhere, or is he the man that's going to drown? That takes bravery. Like that's fucking terrifying. Yeah, dude, am I killing myself right now? Or am I the actual person up there? What is real? And the reveal of Christian Bale's character having a twin was just like mind-blowing the first time I saw that. And it just made so much sense, like the respect he had for people who really lived the trick. Like the old man that they saw where he was like, oh, I got back problems the whole time. But really he didn't. You know, he just had to play it off his entire life just so that he could do that one trick that amazed people. And then to end it all with an abracadabra. Incredible movie. For that, I give it an S tier. No, it's necessary. It's absolutely incredible. One of Christopher Nolan's best films, in my opinion. And he just went on a roll after that. Now, for this next film, it can be argued that this is Christopher Nolan's best film. You know, I can see that. The next film is The Dark Knight.
Drop the gun.
Oh, sure. You just take off your little mask and show us all who you really are.
Let her go.
Very poor choice of words.
This is when, for me, Christopher Nolan reached a level that was just unfathomable as a director. This movie could be the best superhero film ever, right? It's like the top three for me is like The Dark Knight, Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 2, and Captain America Winter Soldier. Those are like the top three of all time for me. This movie gave us the Batman suit where he could turn his head. Thank you. Probably the sickest looking Batman suit ever. And then the late great Heath Ledger's Joker, probably the most incredible Joker again ever.
Introduce a little anarchy. Upset the established order, and everything becomes chaos.
Hans Zimmer's score in this movie was just, again, on a different level. Everything and everyone in this film felt like they just gave it their all, and you could really feel it. It makes the passing of Heath Ledger feel so much more painful. What we could have gotten in The Dark Knight Rises, even though that's a good film in its respective, you know, story. If Heath Ledger would have stayed, what could have been, you know? Yeah, I mean, I think this is an almost perfect film. Everything about it, the realistic take on Two-Face, even though we didn't have as much time as I wanted to have with him. You know, Joker, Heath Ledger's Joker he just was him. Two-Face was essentially how Scarecrow was in Batman Begins. He was a tool for the Joker to use against the Batman. But goddamn did he leave an impact way more so than Scarecrow did. That final scene with him, Jim Gordon, and Batman literally testing fate, flipping a coin to see who will live and who will die. We got the Bat Cycle in this realistic world. The design of the tumbler and the Bat Cycle and the Bat Plane within Christopher Nolan's Batverse is fucking badass, dude. And again, keeping it to a somewhat realistic take. Like, this is all military stuff that we don't use anymore, but Batman does because he designed it. His company designed it, you know what I'm saying? And not pulling any punches, spoiler alert, when they actually kill Rachel, you know, like Batman's girl. You're like, oh, she's definitely gonna make it to the third film. No, not even close. Made about halfway there, and then she got blown up. Again, yet another shocking twist that Christopher Nolan would just drop on our heads out of nowhere. And then to end it with such a cliffhanger, Batman being chased by the entire city's cop force, like, holy shit. And Jim Gordon just dropping the hardest bars at the end of the film. We see Batman driving off with Hans Zimmer score swelling. Oh my God, dude, no, it's necessary. S tier. This movie is absolutely incredible. Next on the list, Inception. Inception. Awesome. The first time we really get to see how mind-bending Christopher Nolan can be with his films. I can see how people can get upset with like all the scientific bullshit. It's like, whatever, dude, this is a sci-fi film. Let it fucking be that. A fucking dream heist with Leonardo DiCaprio. I'm in. The cast was absolutely incredible with Leonardo DiCaprio, Tom Hardy, Joseph Gordon-Levitt. It was just insane. And that intro scene, really opening it up with the dream within a dream to really showcase like, yeah, dude, you're about to be on a fucking ride. And really giving us like the risk that these characters take going into these dream heists, where if the deeper you go when you're actually hurt, you can really lose your mind if you die down there. And again, Christopher Nolan's obsession with time, how time within dreams is so different, and the deeper you go in, the more time compounds on itself.
Fisher security is surrounding this place as we speak. 10 hours of flight time is a week at this level. That means each and every one of us will be killed. That I can guarantee you. We have no other choice but to continue on and do it as fast as possible. Downwards is the only way forwards.
Just the idea of having to implant an idea within someone's subconscious and being able to create a dream to put them in is like, what? But for some reason, it's absolutely epic. Hans Zimmer's score in this film is a masterclass on time manipulation, emphasizing the concept of time slowing down the deeper you go within a dream, and leaving us on a cliffhanger similar to how Tarantino doesn't tell us what's in the briefcase. We kind of have to figure it out for ourselves. I believe Cobb made it back to the real world to his children. Totem began to wobble, dude. We saw his children's faces, okay? And for that, I give this movie an abracadabra. A tier. I don't think it's as strong as the films I've put in S tier. I think it kind of loses itself in the concept and plays with it a little too much. Just to bring it down a little bit, took me out of it a little bit, but it was still incredible. Next on the list, The Dark Knight Rises.
Oh, you think darkness is your ally? You merely adopted the dark. I was born in it, molded by it.
The third installment in the epic Christopher Nolan Batman trilogy. We get a gigantic Tom Hardy playing Bane. One of the most intimidating versions of Bane, in my opinion. Way more intimidating than the one we got in George Clooney's Batman film. This Bane is vicious, he's brutal, he's intimidating, he's all the scary things, dude. It was cool to see a version of Gotham where Batman technically won, and then for all that to come crumbling down by the hands of Bane and Talia al Ghul. It was a perfect full circle moment within the trilogy. Anne Hathaway is bae. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. She played a fantastic Catwoman, the best Catwoman we've seen. Way better than Michelle Pfeiffer, way better than Halle Berry, way better than Zoe Kravitz. She was the perfect like beauty meets femme fatale, danger, everything. She had the whole package. It was definitely the most comic book leaning of the Batman trilogy. When you got Batman and Catwoman back to back fighting together, it was like, what's going on here, dude? The bat plane itself, even Joseph Gordon-Levitt's character in this movie, which I think was a great add-on. I wanted him to be Dick Grayson, you know, and they kind of give us that little, huh? He could be Robin, you know, like calling him Robin. It's like, just make him Dick Grayson. Dick Grayson is reclaiming the mantle of Batman at the end of the movie, right? Like that's how that should have gone. It shouldn't have been Robin. That was weird. The score in this movie, again, Hans Zimmer doing what he does, man. There are definitely some things that take me out in this movie, like when he saves Jim Gordon from collapsing within the ice and he has him light the flame that leads up until that gigantic bat symbol. It's like, dog, you were creating a gigantic bat symbol with kerosene or gasoline or whatever when you could have been saving the city. That's kind of, the theatrics are a little much now, right? I wish we had more time with Batman, you know, training Robin, his name is Robin, you know what the fuck I'm saying, to make it a little more believable that he could take the mantle of Batman. Like, Batman was trained by ninjas. You know, this guy's a good detective, but I mean, Jim Gordon got the drop on him.
Play the corners, rookie. Get my coach, son.
An injured Jim Gordon, because this man didn't check a corner. You know what I'm saying? How the fuck is he gonna be Batman? But even with all the flaws within this movie, I still walked away from it really loving it. Not as much as I loved Batman 1 and 2, but I still very much so enjoyed this movie, and just seeing the iconic back break from Bane on Batman, like, come on, dude. And again, the intimidation from Bane.
Leave us.
No, you stay here. I'm in charge.
Do you feel in charge?
And we kind of got like the little bow tie perfect ending, even though I wouldn't want Bruce to die, you know? I'm glad it kind of ended like that, but I wish he didn't tell us Michael Caine's vision of how he wanted Bruce to end up. You know, that one day he would see him out randomly and just not say anything, just know that he's happy. Like, we didn't have to have Alfred tell us that. We could have just seen that scene, and I think it would have been better. But the fact that he told us that prior kind of made the ending a little less impactful, if that makes sense. But it was still dope, dude. And with that, I give this movie an abracadabra. A tier. Next on the list, Interstellar.
Cooper, what are you doing?
Docking.
For me, personally, I think this is Christopher Nolan's best film, hands down, no question. For me, I love this movie so much. It is probably within my top 5 films of all time. Within his entire filmography, I don't think there's a better score. Felt like something took over Hans Zimmer, possessed him to make this incredible score, dude. And I love how he takes such a mind-bending concept and tries to ground it to reality, but then also giving the juxtaposition of, here's this reality-based scientific thing, but really we should pay attention to this thing we can't even read scientifically, love. Maybe it's because I personally have lost a parent. Maybe that's why this movie hits so much harder for me, for when Matthew McConaughey is watching those videos with his child and how hard that must have been for him. That connection, you know, like connection between child and parent. It's such a strong thing that it can't be quantified. You can't explain that kind of love, you know? Like that quote that he gives, that I love you forever. That quote just hits so hard, and I deeply understand that. It just made rewatching this film even more so like, wow, like, man, Christopher Nolan is an incredible director. This acting is absolutely insane. Matthew McConaughey's scene when he's watching those videos, man. Whew! Man, it's something. Rage against the dying of the light. Again, another perfect quote in this movie. His attention to the scientific parameters that at which he's, you know, attempting to delve into, like how perfect he got the black hole. So many things in this movie. Sure, there were some things on the nose, like Dr. Mann, Matt Damon's character, literally representing, you know, the nature of man and how selfish they can be. But I love that. And it gave us one of the most incredible scenes in cinematic history, the docking scene.
Okay, get ready to match our span with the retro thrusters.
It's not possible.
No, it's necessary.
What, dude? It's not possible? No, it's necessary? And that's what I give this movie, an S tier, because with that scene alone, I mean, come on, dog. Next on the list, Dunkirk. It was crazy to go from such a mind-bending sci-fi film to then this grounded time period film about the war, World War II. But Nolan just can't help himself, dude. He has to tell the story out of order to make you really think. So things that are revealed are much more impactful. Like, oh shit, that was a week ago that happened. Oh shit, wait, those were the guys on the boats that they were flying over. Oh my god. You know, I enjoyed this movie, but I didn't like it as much as I did a lot of his other films. I think maybe because there are better war films, like Saving Private Ryan I liked more. Fury I personally liked more. Maybe if it didn't have like a PG-13 rating attached to it, if it was rated R, it could really show you the horrors of war, which I feel like you need sometimes in these types of films. It's a good war movie with great tension, but not a lot of payoff. And I can see with some of these storylines how he could have just been showing that that is just a part of war. For example, the kid, you know, getting hurt by the soldier, trying to hide it from the soldier, like, no, he's all good. But then the kid passes away and they want to hide that from the soldier. And we don't really know if the soldier saw that that impacted him at all when they brought the dead body out from the boat. Like, did he see it? Does he know that he killed that kid? Like, we'll never know, dude. We'll just never know. Some of the deaths felt kind of fleeting. Again, that's just war, right? Like, sometimes people just die and there's nothing you can really do about it. You can't really sit there and have a moment about it. Like when the Frenchman drowned in that boat. It's like, man, he made it so far and then he just drowns randomly. That sucks. Or Tom Hardy's reward for saving these soldiers is death, pretty much, right? Or torture or something when he's burning his boat, he's getting captured. Like, you know where that leads. It's nothing good. Again, I thought it was a good war film, but there are better war films that I've seen in my opinion. And against his filmography, I don't think it was the best film he's done. I give this movie a B tier. What's happened, happened. Next on the list, Tenet.
Don't try to understand it. Feel it.
Instinct.
Now look, I know people are gonna attack me for this one, but I think this movie is absolutely incredible. I never understood when people were saying, you have to watch this movie 12 times to really understand what's going on. No, you don't. You just gotta pay attention to the film and you'll know what's happening. We're getting it from the point of view of the protagonist. And in my opinion, I think it's pretty easy to follow if you just pay attention to the movie. This score in this movie, Ludwig, fucking went off, dude, in my opinion. We had Hans Zimmer doing back-to-back scores for Christopher Nolan. This was the first time we hadn't had Hans Zimmer do a score, and I was a little worried about that, but this score just fucking slaps, dog. John David Washington, Denzel Washington's son, I think did a fantastic job in this movie. Robert Pattinson in this film, I think did a fantastic job in this movie as well. I think Robert Pattinson is slowly becoming one of the greater actors of our generation. Like, his filmography is absolutely bananas at this point. The espionage aspect of this film is really interesting, going from like even deeper than the deepest level of, you know, like the CIA or something.
Welcome to the afterlife.
Man had to get tortured and kill himself, essentially, to get where he got. It was almost a little meta, seeing someone interact with Christopher Nolan's storytelling, right? Like seeing a story move forward and then backwards at the same time was like, what the fuck? It was a visually captivating movie. Just seeing people catch bullets, seeing a fight with someone moving forward in time, but someone moving backwards in time, like, what are we talking about? And then, spoiler alert, you know, spoiler alert, Robert Pattinson's character dying, but before his death, giving us that badass quote, what's happened, happened. It was the end of a friendship for him, but the beginning of a beautiful friendship for the protagonist. And I think this is a popular theory. I think Kat's son is Neil, the protagonist. Can't not protect her. And I think in doing so, when he becomes of age, I believe he recruits Neil into Tenet. That's just my theory though. There's no like hard evidence, but I feel like that's what takes place. Andre Sator, I think, was a stoic, terrifying villain, being so dark and ruthless with no remorse.
There's a walled garden up the road. We're going to take you there, cut your throat. Not across in the middle like a hole. Then we take your balls and we stuff them in the cut, block the windpipe. Beating his wife, you know? It's kind of fucking dark, dude. And he is calm, cool, and collected until he has those rageful outbursts. And you're just even more so like, oh shit. This guy's mad. His outbursts are much more purposeful, right? Making them much more terrifying because of how stoic he has been throughout the entire film. And I just love how he can take such a complex concept and bring it down to its most simplest form, right? Time moving forward and moving backwards, the push and the pull, the protagonist, the antagonist. I don't know, I personally love this movie. Do I think it's his best film? No, I don't think it's his best film. That's Interstellar. But I think this movie was really good. I think it's like an S-, A+. So for that, I'll give it an A tier. I'll give it a abracadabra. Next and final movie on this list, Oppenheimer.
And now I am become death.
the destroyer of worlds.
This movie cleaned up at the Oscars, and I believe for good reason. This movie was absolutely incredible. It felt like with Dunkirk, he went back to like reality, and it was a good first take at that, but he really honed in on how to make a real event that took place be so cinematic, be so textured, so nuanced, in so many different aspects. This is a dialogue-heavy movie, but you're intrigued for the entire 3 hours of this film. He started this film with a cyanide murder attempt. Oppenheimer put cyanide in an apple for his professor because he just talked shit about him. That's crazy, dog. This might be the second best score, or it could, it's up there with Interstellar score for me. The score for this movie really carried a lot in this film. I think Nolan does a fantastic job through the dialogue and the visuals at making the science of this film feel extremely intriguing and not too much for dumb people like me. The acting in this movie was absolutely incredible. Cillian Murphy took home Best Actor for this movie. Robert Downey Jr. took home the Best Supporting Actor for this movie for the Oscars. This was the first time in a while that I saw Robert Downey Jr. as not Tony Stark in a film. There were so many smaller side roles that were so impactful. Casey Affleck as General Pash, terrifying. That scene where Oppenheimer is trying to, talk to him, but give him a little information, but not too much information to like protect his friend. That was so intimidating. Just like his demeanor and his stoic stare into his soul. I thought Amy Adams and Florence Pugh were fucking incredible. There was Matt Damon, dude. Everyone did fantastic in this film. Seeing the bomb drop for the first time, in the silence, we get that quote, "I am become death, destroyer of worlds." And then to see how the military just quickly swept him under the rug, even trying to fuck him over in the process after they essentially gave America the win for World War II. And just to see that weight come down on him and the psychological stuff that was going on in his brain, and Christopher Nolan doing such a good job visually to display that to us, seeing people getting ripped apart as they're clapping. It was so dark and up. It's that's the reality of what he created. He created a bomb that killed countless lives. But he had to, right? He was forced. He was forced because the Germans were gonna do it. Crazy concept. And this was my second time watching this movie. I saw it first time in IMAX in theaters, and I loved it then. I think I liked it even more on the second time watching it, and for that I give this movie an S tier. No, it's necessary. This movie was pretty fucking awesome. And that is my tier list. That is the Nolan tier list. Look at it. Do you hate me? What's your take on these films? What do you think? Tell me in the comments below, please. Just like with my Tarantino list, I'm sure people have a completely different list in their heads. They probably hated movies that I loved. I get it. Tell me why, dude. I want to know. Explain it to me. Might change my mind. With that, I bid you adieu. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more videos like this. And I will be watching The Odyssey. And I will be reviewing The Odyssey. And I will be on this channel. Hit the bell for notifications for when that comes out. Take care now. And bye-bye then. Ta-ta.